Hey, Nick, I know it's a bit of a broken record question, but your rebounding issues got you again tonight. I think 19 offensive rebounds, 30 offensive second chance points. Just getting too not physical enough down there, or what do you see?
Um, Combination of a couple things, Doug. I think there was times where we didn't block out, lack of physicality, and they went around us, and there was times where we did, and then we didn't go get the ball. Right? It's kind of a two-part job. You gotta tag your guy with a block out, and then you gotta go get the ball. I just thought we needed to go after it a little bit harder for the most part. But yeah, it was a big problem tonight. I think more than the numbers that it played out, it was a spirit. It was disheartening a little bit because we were playing some fairly good defense for really good defense for lots of stretches of that game, and they were walking away with 2 points on a putback or even three sometimes. So it was getting our spirit a little bit. The rebounding was certainly the factor of the game.
And then you look at a guy like Fred, who's smallest guy on the floor. He's digging in there. I think he had 5 steals, 6 rebounds, 4 blocks. That wasting that kind of effort's got to be really tough to handle.
Well, he can't do it by himself, Doug. Right? He can't be the only one down there digging around and playing. We've been kind of made that part of who we are, and we've always had a number of guys down there pulling things out like that, and for whatever lack of energy reasons, we're not doing that very well.
Great. Thanks very much, Nick. Safe trip back.
Thanks, Doug.
We'll go to Josh.
Hey, Nick. I'll ask you about Gary, career high, 31 points. You guys obviously knew he had the 3-point shot coming in after the trade, something he's done really well the last couple of years. But is he further along in terms of his ability to put the ball on the floor, get to the rim? He's done quite a bit of that over the last few games.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten in there a little bit, Josh. I think, obviously he had one of those games where he had it going tonight, and we were able to get him off some play calls, and he was able to create some on his own. He kind of scored in a variety of ways. I thought he probably should have been on his way to 40. I thought he got wiped out really hard on 2 threes, and I thought he got hit on 2 of the drives. He didn't come away with anything there from the line. So he would have had a really big one if he would have thrown those in there. But no, he had some good pop out there tonight and was really creating some of his own things. And he was coming off the set plays well too.
This might be a silly question after the guy goes off for 31 points, but are you starting to notice him seem a bit more comfortable in terms of his surroundings?
Well, tonight we did. I mean, it's still a little clunky out there, right? I had a fairly big play call there late in the game. I think we were down 6, and we couldn't get it relayed to him to get it run, so some of those things are going on still, but obviously I think we're getting to know him and learn him, and he had a big game tonight. I mean, I think that was, you mentioned it was a career high, right? So certainly was a good one for him tonight on that personal performance and all that stuff.
Thanks, Nick. Safe travels.
You're welcome. Yep.
Next is Aaron.
Hey, Nick, I'll follow up basically Josh's questions. That play he made at the end of the third quarter, that sequence where he steals it and is that just what you want to see from guys sort of making an impact on both?
Yeah, I mean, we turned them over a lot. I don't have a stat sheet here in front of me, but we created a lot of turnovers with some hard play. I don't know what we scored out of them. You guys probably have it in front of you, but normally I have one here, but I don't have one tonight. But I know I looked down, we created 15 or 16 turnovers, and we had a number of other ones that we knocked away that they ended up with too. So there was some of that good defensive activity, our own style that we like to play a lot there, and that was just a good read. They earlier in the game, Elledon had gotten one at the end of the quarter and raced it up, 100 miles an hour. So we asked him to just try to keep it out of his hands there in the quarter, and he did and got the steal and made the bucket. It was good.
And do you have any injury news or updates for us from the guy who left tonight?
I think Stanley's okay. Rodney was it's a hip problem. They're saying it doesn't it looks fairly serious. They're going to take him for an MRI, but they said it was not very good. It wasn't like just a little hit and he'll be okay tomorrow. It was one that's going to require an MRI, and they think it's fairly well. We'll find out. I don't want to speculate, but they said it didn't look too good.
Well, that's not good, but thank you.
No, not at all.
We'll go to William.
Hey, coach. What did you make of your offense tonight? I mean, you guys shot 39%, 35 for 90. Did you feel like you guys got good shots on the whole, or do you
No,
guys
I
feel
thought,
like
I thought it's, you know, again, a little bit of tale of two halves tonight, William. I think we're out there in the first half and we're executing good things and feeling good. Again, I think that, energy, is an issue for us just in general right now. And I think that shows up in the second half. There's just not quite as many crisp cuts and as much ball movement, not nearly as many as assists as I would like to see tonight either. But, you know, again, it just seems to be a chore to get us through these games physically at the moment. And I think we're paying for it in a lot of areas, rebounding, execution on offense, shot making, et cetera.
And I wanted to ask you about Aaron. Obviously, he's had a bit of a tough season. You went back to started him today. Basically, like when you put Aaron into the game, what are you expecting to see from that spot?
Well, he had a big guy he had to contend with tonight, give us some chance down there against the big fella. So offensively, he's a screener. He's screening up those guys for a lot of shots, right? And he's got to do his job of protecting the rim and rebounding.
And do you sense his frustration a little bit, because he did have a technical early in this game? He's had a tough season. Do you sense that from him?
You know what? He's hung in there pretty good, William. I think you know, he's not alone in that group, right? There's a lot of guys that are frustrated. I think you know, I think again he started had a rough start. I think there was some conditioning and just new team, new move, all that kind of stuff. But I thought he bounced back pretty good. Had a nice stretch there. He's in a little bit of an uneven patch here, but hopefully he'll bounce back out of that as well.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
You're
We've
welcome.
got one more for you, Coach. We'll go back to Doug quickly.
Sorry, Nick, I just want to run back through one thing. At the end of the third quarter there, you called a timeout with about 17 seconds left. Are you at the point where you need to manage possessions that critically? I guess, is that where we are?
No, that's called, you got a free one that you're gonna lose at the end of the third quarter, so you might as well use it if you have the ball there. Yeah, it's one of those deals where it goes away at the end of the third if you
I
don't
didn't
use
realize
it.
you hadn't used the
Yeah,
TV
so
channel before that.
I think we got an extra free one because he used a couple extra ones in the first quarter. So when he calls back to back, one goes to you, one of the timeouts. Yeah.
It just looked odd and seemed to be at a very odd time to make a timeout call. Thank you for clearing that up.
Ended up being a really good one, Doug. I think we got a 5 points out of that.
Yeah,
I might have to try to save those a little more often, right?
good call.
See you later.
All right. Thanks,
All right,
Doug.
see you.
Thanks, Coach.